Welcome to our quick guide to using AI to help you make a podcast about a topic of your choice. What do we mean by a podcast? Well, normally a podcast is an audio production, which would be suitable to play on a radio station. Often, though, podcasts are also played online or even downloaded and listened to whenever convenient. As people often listen to podcasts on their laptops and tablets, we usually add some visual elements. This turns our podcast into a video. Once we have a video format, it gives us several advantages. Firstly, there are visual elements to keep listeners entertained when using a device with a screen. Sometimes we can even add additional information to that covered by the audio. Secondly, videos are more easily handled by many social media platforms. For example, video format, which we call MP4 files, can be uploaded to YouTube and the X platform. The visual elements here need not be complicated. Indeed, you can add a single simple image to an audio stream to create a video. However, as AI makes it really easy to create multiple interesting images, usually many images or even small video clips can be combined. The first stage is creating a script. For now, you only need to think about the audio content of what you are planning to tell. Our example is Jane, who wants to make a podcast about her experiences in writing a local history book some years before. Her concept is to pretend she is talking to a male friend, John, who was also involved about the fun they had doing that. It is always easiest to develop something once you have a first draft to build on. Our first use of AI is to use a powerful AI tool called Claude. At the moment, this allows some free use. Jane prepares a prompt. She writes, "I am preparing a podcast about the process of writing a local history book about my local town, Chipping Sodbury, some years ago. I need help preparing a script. The format will be that I am talking to John, who was also involved about the fun we had doing that. We will be sitting in a local cafe. Later, I will give you some anecdotes to include. Please put the draft script in your artifacts area." On the screen, we can see how Claude answered. All of this is in direct response to the prompt. Nothing else has been entered. Claude certainly seems to understand the task and has got on with it very quickly. Jane can now ask Claude to adapt its script in various ways. Here she is telling Claude a funny story she would like included. If you want, you can write down lots of items in a document you publish in PDF form, and Claude will add all of them at once. Please include this anecdote. When we spoke to the householder at one place in Horse Street, we suggested that the house had once been a pub called the Cap and Feathers. She explained that she knew that, but the house name was now the Cat and Fiddle. Apparently her mother hated feathers, so changed it. And here is what Claude wrote, turning the anecdote into a section of the script. Claude has certainly managed to make it fit into the style. Jane can continue on in this way until there is a final version she is happy with. Once we have a final script, that needs to be turned into audio. It could be recorded by a human voice, but that might be time-consuming or cause other issues. Getting a suitable AI voice is much easier. For this podcast, we are using 11 Labs. Here is a screenshot of the interface. There are many AI tools that can do this. Each offers a selection of male and female voices with different accents and styles. You simply paste in a short section of the script and ask it to generate speech. Usually there are some additional settings that change aspects of the style. When you are happy with a sound clip, you simply download it. Be sure to give your sound clips short, meaningful names that will help you later when you start to organize them on a timeline. The next stage is to begin to assemble the podcast by putting the audio into a suitable tool. Here we are using Runway, which has many AI-powered features. The first step is to create a folder within the Runway asset area. That is where sound files and later on images will be stored to be ready for use. Once a folder has been created in Runway, All of the sound files can be dragged and dropped there from where they were stored on a local computer. They are now ready to be put onto a timeline. In Runway, a new video editor project is now created. That is what will tie all of the audio files together with any required images. At first, the new project screen can be a little confusing. On the top left are the sound files in the Assets area. At the bottom is the timeline, but it is empty at first. Drag a few sound files onto the timeline area, and it starts to make more sense. A complete project has sound files in the lower timelines, and then the upper timelines are used for images and text. You can even add short video clips there. The controls let you zoom in and out if you want to make changes to a particular element. Finally, your video project can be exported. This may take a few minutes, but soon it will appear in the Assets area. From there, it can be downloaded and is ready for use. Here is a diagram summarizing all of these steps. There is also an associated web page to use as a reference.
We hope your podcast production goes well. Please ask for help if you need it.